I would join paparazzi, except I don't have a space for a bling room. I would join paparazzi, but where am I going to store all that jewelry? I would join paparazzi, except I don't have anywhere to go live. Hello, welcome back. My name is Erin Binford and I'm an independent consultant with Paparazzi Jewelry and Accessories. And I am here to help debunk those reasons why you say that you cannot join paparazzi. First and foremost, this video is not going to be perfect, and it's not meant to be. Just like your beginnings of your journey are not going to be perfect. I'm currently in the beautiful island of Maui, so you may hear some noises behind me, some wind, things like that. But that's okay. It's all part of being able to do this business on the go, wherever you're at, with whatever you have available. Now again, this isn't going to be perfect, and it's not meant to be. And who knows, I may decide to come back later and redo this, and that's okay. This video is for those of you that want to join paparazzi, but you're thinking, I don't have a place to make a jewelry room. I don't have a place to store jewelry, and I definitely don't have a place to go live. I'm going to debunk all of those for you in this video. So let's go. First up, you don't have dedicated bling space. That's okay. Surprise, surprise, many of us didn't. When I first joined paparazzi in July 2014, I had a space inside of our spare bedroom. There was a full-size bed. This also served as our office space. My husband had his own desk with computer, and I had my own desk with computer because we both had things that we needed to do, and my husband worked at home part of the time, so he needed his own computer, so we couldn't share. So we were in this little cramped room, and that served as my paparazzi office. I would lay out jewelry on the bed. We had the closet in that room that we didn't utilize, and so that's where I would kind of store jewelry. And I had a little bit of a corner, and I would stack boxes there. But I didn't have a bling room like I do now. That came over time. It came with time, it came with hard work, it came with wanting to make that happen. Most people, when they start this journey, are not going to have a space that they can make a dedicated room. I'm sure that you've seen lots of consultants, including myself, where we have this, looks like a beautiful, spacious, grand room just for the jewelry. I'm blessed now that I have a small bedroom to do that, and I have an entire pegboard wall. But there are consultants that literally are in the corner of their master bedroom, and you would never know. It looks so spacious, the way that they have it organized and the way that they present their lives. You would never know that they're working in a little teeny tiny space unless they show you behind the scenes. Having a dedicated room is fantastic, but it is definitely not a deal breaker, and it's not something that you need to have right away. So get that idea out of your head, because you can work this business anywhere in whatever amount of space you have. So debunk having your own dedicated bling room, bling space, bling whatever, because it is 100% not necessary. And again, it'll happen over time. It doesn't have to be on day one. Stop waiting for it to be perfect. Second thing we're going to talk about is having all of this jewelry and where to store it. So I'm going to tell you that, you might be watching consultants and you're hearing that they have like thousands and thousands of pieces of jewelry. And while that is true, there is a lot of consultants also that have only a couple hundred pieces of jewelry. You don't have to carry a super large inventory. I always recommend to my new consultants to have an inventory somewhere between 300 and 500 pieces of jewelry. That gives you a good amount of jewelry to be able to do lives a couple times a week, to be able to do an event on the weekend. Maybe you're someone who is able to get some in-home parties where you can set up and have people come to a home show. That amount of jewelry is going to give you enough that you're going to feel like, okay, yeah, I can do some stuff. And then you sell those pieces and you wait for more jewelry to come in and you still have stuff to show. You're not basically going box to box to box. So I recommend 300 to 500 pieces. Now that might sound like a lot, but you can store that in a lot of different ways. And I'm going to give you an example here. I told you I was in the island of Maui. I brought 150 pieces of jewelry with me on this trip in my little carry-on bag. That's half of 300 pieces of jewelry. Imagine if you have a suitcase that you're not using that is sitting in your closet right now, empty. Could you store jewelry in that suitcase and then put it back in that closet where it's currently sitting? You absolutely could. I love things that have dual functionality. So I have one of those bookcases that has the little cubby holes that you can put baskets into. And I fill those baskets with jewelry. And then I take a tablecloth and I drape it over the front of it so nobody ever knows that that's what it is. And then I decorate the top. I love that. You can use Rubbermaid containers. You can use the boxes that jewelry provides, or that Paparazzi provides, that when they ship you your jewelry. You can use luggage. You can take a closet that you're not utilizing right now and maybe build some shelves and have that as your jewelry closet where you store your jewelry. I know people that put them in tubs underneath their bed and they're utilizing unused space that's hidden. There's tons and tons of places that you can put jewelry and store jewelry if you look around. I guarantee it, you'll find some things. And like I said, I've got 150 pieces with me in a little tiny carry-on bag. And if you're kind of wondering, well, that doesn't sound like a lot. 300 pieces does not sound like a lot. It's not, and 500 pieces isn't either. And if you're trying to figure out what that breakdown should be, I'm gonna tell you. Number one, you wanna have the most of necklaces and earrings. Those are gonna be your top sellers. And then some bracelets. And then lastly, you wanna have rings, hair accessories, and men's items. You don't want so much of those pieces because they're not gonna be your top sellers. Your necklaces and your earrings are where people are gonna like thrive to. And then you got these as extras. So kind of balance it out that way. But there is so many places that you can store jewelry and have it put out of the way. If you want to, you can even get a pegboard and a clothing rack if you feel like you need to have jewelry hanging, and you can hang that and push that into a corner of a room. Drape it with a tablecloth again, it'll make it look like it's kind of no one will really notice it. It'll be out of sight, out of mind kind of thing. So, debunked, where to store my jewelry. All right, now, you would join Paparazzi, but you have nowhere to go live. That's not true at all. So, you don't have to have a room in your house dedicated to jewelry. If you want to have jewelry behind you, use that garment rack with the pegboard and put it behind you. And bada boom, bada bing, you've got jewelry hanging on a pegboard behind you. And nobody knows it's not hanging on a wall. But you don't have to have that. As long as you've got like a clear background, something that's not going to distract people. You don't want a bunch of laundry back there. That's perfect. Get outside into nature. People love outdoor lives and the lighting is fantastic. If you've got a backyard porch, if you live in an apartment complex where you could go sit by the pool or the barbecue or someplace where there's a picnic table, go to the park. I know people that go live from their car on their lunch breaks. You can literally go live anywhere. I'm gonna show you. I am in Maui again, and this is where I've been going live. I have that little patio table and these patio chairs, and this is where I've been doing my lives every day, except for the one day that I did go down to the beach. But You can go live anywhere you want. I know people go live in their bathroom, people do it at their kitchen counter, at their kitchen table. Any little tiny area. It doesn't have to be huge. It does not have to be huge and massive. You just need to be able to have jewelry at your fingertips. People aren't going to care if you have a ton of jewelry hanging behind you or if you're showing jewelry right here in your hand. They just care that you show up, that you put on a smile, that you are excited and that you are happy and you love the jewelry and you are showing them jewelry that they can fall in love with, and you're giving them tips and tricks on how to wear it. That's all they care about. They care about you showing up and brightening their day. It doesn't matter if you're at your kitchen table or if you're in a massive bling room, which I'm going to tell you, a lot of people don't have as big of a space as you think that they do. And you don't have to have an entire room dedicated to it. Don't judge your first day to someone's 364th day. We all started at the very beginning with wondering, where am I going to go live? Where am I going to store this jewelry? What am I going to do? You're there. Embrace it. It's part of the journey. One more thing I want to tell you is you don't have to have all of the bells and whistles to go live. You don't. You don't have to have a tripod. You don't have to have an iPad. You just need a device that you can go live. You don't even have to have one of those big fancy ring lights. You can get one of those little selfie lights. That's like $5, $8. I mean, I've even seen them at the dollar store for $1. You just need something, and those work great as well. Just something to give you a little bit of light. You can use boxes to prop up your device at the table and just go live. If you don't have numbers, write them out or just give descriptions. You don't have to have numbers. You don't have to have all of the things. So stop holding yourself back from something that could be changing your life now because you don't have all the things. You have everything you need at your fingertips. I promise you that. I promise you that. You don't need a room. You don't need a room. You have space in your home right now that you can store jewelry. I guarantee it. And if you don't have containers, guess what? The jewelry is going to ship to you in boxes. Use those boxes. Put it in your suitcases. Put them back in the closet. Go live from anywhere you want and enjoy the journey. Just do it and stop worrying about all the things that you don't have and start thinking about all of the possibilities that are out there in front of you. So my name is Erin Binford. Again, I am an independent consultant with Paparazzi. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on Facebook. You can just search Erin Binford, ErinBinford. I will be happy to talk with you. If you are ready to join and you would like to be a part of my team, I would be more than happy to help you start your own bling journey. Just reach out to me. Let's make that connection. I can answer any questions that you have and get you started. But the key is to just get started and stop worrying about all the other things because it will all come together in time. I promise you that. I promise you that. So get off the fence and come join us on the bling side because it's fun and sparkly over here. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.